going to take two temperatures, the dry bulb temperature and the maximum temperature. The dry bulb gives us the lowest daytime temperature, and the maximum will give me the maximum. And the dry bulb is 7.7. So it's classed as 8, the lowest it's been, and the maximum is 8.3. So today's maximum has been 8. Well, it's been, yeah, the lowest it's been is 8, and the maximum is 8. It's in millimetres, from 0 to 10.5. But as we know, there's been no rainfall. There's a glass ball there. If there is any, empty it in. There isn't, so there's been no rainfall today. Now when this starts getting filled up quite a few times, that means we've had a lot of rainfall. Like I say, there's 10.5 millimetres there. If you fill it up more than 2 or 3 times, you're getting up to an inch of rain. I have to fill this form in, which gives me the temperature I took in the morning, any sunshine, but we haven't got a recorder at the moment. And all the information on this sheet is fed through to the Met Office on a data capture system. They analyse what there is and they sell it on to whoever wants it. I come and take the temperature just before 8 o'clock in the morning. I have to take 4 readings, and the rainfall, that's 5. I take the dry bulb, the wet bulb, the maximum and the minimum. The minimum is the one we use overnight temperature for the morning reading. That gives you the lowest it's been overnight. I also have to take any rainfall. I don't have to phone it through in the morning, only at night, but the Radio Lincolnshire rings up for it at 8 o'clock in the mornings, and then it's on Radio Lincolnshire, whatever happens to it.
Have you noticed any changes in the weather with this global warming at all?
Yes, there's been a lot of change in the weather. We've had one of the mildest winters since I started doing it 20 years ago. But one factor that could be a bit worrying is we're having higher rainfall. The rainfall has gone up quite a lot in this last few years, and they say that Britain is supposed to be getting droughts and less rain, but this side of the country we are definitely getting more rain than what we were before. My council will probably shout me down for saying that, because Skegness is supposed to be the driest place in Britain, but the last 2 or 3 years we haven't been. But that is partly, I think, I've been doing the weather for, I think it's about 20 years now. I took over from the local Coast Guard, Bernard O'Reilly. As far as I know, he did it for about 20 years. So I know this site's only been here probably 7 or 8 years. It used to be down near the clock tower, but it had to be moved from there because of the development of the Compass Gardens. Then they moved it up here. The weather is done for 2 reasons. One, it's done for the Met Office, but it's also done through the local council for publicity for them. If people see that Skegness is having decent weather, in theory people should come to Skegness. That's hence why it's put in the papers, and Radio Lincolnshire have it because there's different temperatures all over the county, and people are really interested in what is happening with the weather, and people like me provide the information. It can also, people say to me, can't you put a bit on the weather, put a bit less rainfall down, or put a bit higher temperatures in? But all my records, they go up to the Met Office, and I know they have been used and they can be used in a court of law. So if I am starting to fiddle the figures, and they find out that I have been doing that, I can get into trouble because I'm giving out false information. A number of years ago, a police officer knocked on my door and said, "Brian, you do the weather?" "Yes, I do." "Can you give me some information?" He said, "We've had a dog locked in a car down in Princess Parade car park." He said, "We need some information on the weather." I said, "Yeah, okay." We'd had 14 hours of sunshine and the temperature had been 75. No wonder the dog had died in the car. It went to court, and on the information that I give them, the bloke was prosecuted. But Met observers are no longer expected to give information to the police or to anybody else that wants it. It's all done now through the Met Office.